to Shalom Pod. My name is Adriana Bell, and today we have an amazing interview with Craig Douglas of Forbidden Knowledge TV. He is the inventor, creator, formulator, if you want to say, of a product called Eden Greens that was introduced to me by a mutual friend that we both have, who's a naturopath doctor, Alfonso Manzo in Ohio. And out of all the greens that I've tried in the past, this one I honestly truly enjoy, and I've craved more than the servings that are recommended on there, and we'll go into that here in a little bit. Joining me this afternoon, or this lovely evening here in North Idaho, as we share a little bit about this wonderful product and about how you started making these greens and how you came about even doing that.
Okay, well, hi there, Adriana. This is I'm actually in Michigan, and it's going to be getting dark here soon, but I got a little bit of lighting here that will actually be able to, hopefully this will be able to see me. About 6 or 7 years ago, I don't know, it's been a while now, maybe longer than that, I might have lost track of time. In fact, it looks like my latest product, I was looking on my own website to see, and yeah, it's been longer than that because my fourth product was actually released in August of 2012. So I guess it's been longer than I thought. But anyway, I was working with other healthcare practitioners who were supplying green drinks to their audience and to their customers. And we were trying to not only get the price down to sell them at a better price, but also we weren't quite happy with the formulations that were being offered. So I decided to develop this thing. There's hundreds of green drinks out there, and they all have the same basic ingredients: spirulina, chlorella, barley grass, alfalfa. They're good stuff, but most of them just taste awful. I mean, to the regular consumer who maybe isn't a health nut, who doesn't really want to have to put up with bad tasting things, then I wanted to create a product that was actually, that somebody might actually be able to get into, somebody that wasn't really into health. Because we've all had green drinks and we can all get used to them, but they aren't very good tasting. And trying to introduce a new person to it, it's like yuck, pond water, grass clippings, it's just So I decided to get one that actually tastes good without having all kinds of garbage ingredients to make it no longer a healthy product. So we created the Eden's Greens line, and I also created another product, a red drink called Forbidden Fruit, and also an oatmeal drink called Avena. And all these things we were supplying, and the way I started out with Alfonso, because you mentioned Alfonso Manzo, I do trade shows across the country, and some shows, I put the green drink on the table. I used to put it out at gun shows too, because I do gun shows well, because I do survival and other types of stuff that's a little out of place for most any shows that I do. But gun shows, I sort of fit in. So I put the green drink on, but it turns out people don't care about health at gun shows. It was mostly men, and unless they're there with their woman with them, they don't give a damn about the health. So that turned out to be a loser. I didn't get it because I was selling these. I know what MRE is. Meals ready to eat, a military ration. But I decided to package it specifically for the market. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's the same. It's a very plain label. This is one label I put on that particular green drink, that particular version. It's just called survival drink, because these have virtually no nutrition. I mean, very little nutrition in them. They have a powdered mix in them, which is like a sugar-free Kool-Aid type of thing, and hardly any nutrition. There's a lot of fat, calories, and sodium. And I thought I had a good idea by making something like this, that it would be a healthy thing to put into a meal like that. You would actually probably survive off this stuff. I always wanted to try it. I always wanted to try to do nothing but eat, just drink this only, and along with water, and see how long. I don't know what the body would. Probably would lose weight. Probably be real healthy, but at some point they're probably
here at the house. So that was actually quite wonderful to be able to have something that had a taste to it. And I'm so used to this kind of superfood, so to speak. And so I do have a question to ask you about the chocolate one. Now, the chocolate one I've noticed has more contents in it than the actual Very Berry. Was there a reason for that you added, that it's a larger container than the Very Berry container?
Yes. First of all, let me go just back up a little bit before I answer that. And now I just lost my train of thought about what I was. When people make green drinks, they tend to, because they taste so bad, people tend to mix it with fruit juice, and then you're adding a lot of sugars. Then you're adding, and then also vegetables and fruits aren't really compatible enzymatically. So I tried to keep, the berries are compatible with vegetables. So I tried to only put berries with the vegetables and make it taste good enough so you wouldn't have to add the fruit juice, because that sort of disrupts it. So I don't have any fruits in this particular product. But to go back to answer your question now about the chocolate, yes, the jar is larger, same amount of servings and the exact same amount of greens in them, but because there's so much cacao powder that we actually have a bigger jar. So basically it is the same product, it's just got cacao powder added to it.
Yeah, I never had a green drink that actually had cacao powder in it. I've always had the ones that have like no flavor. They're just plain Jane with the spirulina, the chlorella, the acai berry, whatever else they put inside of it. And there's that foresty, green, swampy taste, obviously, if you just put it with just water. So yours is very palatable, I believe, for people that don't like that kind of radical taste, which I'm used to. And the very berry makes it taste very nice, and it mixes well. I mean, there's all like little pieces kind of hanging out, like some of the drinks that I've had in the past. It actually stirs very well with just plain water, obviously, you know, RO distilled or however kind of water that you choose to have in your you know, for your drink. But I like the way it tastes. I like the way it mixes very well, and I've been doing it in the morning when I intermittent fast. So I'll do my my water in the morning, my lemon water, and then I'll do a little bit of the green powder in some regular water during my intermittent fasting, which seems to give me that extra kick to make it through until I break my fast between 10 and noon. So I'm really happy with it. The other product you mentioned too quickly that Alfonso was really wanting me to try is the oatmeal one. Could you explain a little bit about that one product that you carry also?
Yeah, I thought I gave, I don't think Alfonso's ever bought from me, but I thought I gave him a jar in the past. I don't know. Uh, it's a unique product. Really, nowhere else in this country does it offered. It is based on a traditional South American drink called Avena. It is it's basically, the base of it is oatmeal. Sounds crazy, sounds terrible, but you actually taste it. I've never seen anybody that did not like it. And I also made that in a label that looks kind of plain too, that I didn't do anything with as far as making any fancy graphics or anything. Because I can label it however I want. Since I am the manufacturer and the bottle, well, I'm not really the manufacturer, but I have it manufactured for me to my specification, and is made here in the U.S. But I get it labeled myself. I buy it in these, I think, 50-kilogram boxes, and then I have to jar it and label it and put scoop in and dusting pack and so on. So it's all pretty much done manually by hand by me, other than the actual making of the product. Yeah, the Avena is an amazing thing. Some like it hot, some like it cold. Putting it was strange. Putting it with milk, it doesn't taste any better with milk than it does with water, so it's very strange. If you kind of think of a sweet oatmeal with a cinnamon taste to it, that's kind of what if you can imagine that, that's kind of what the Avena tastes like. And it's a drink just like the others. And oatmeal is actually the only product, one of the only products on the market right now that I can legally say that it can improve heart health. So oatmeal is like one of the very few things you can actually, according to the EPA or the FDA, that you can actually put that on the label. Now I don't make claims, but if you ever look at the box of that oatmeal cereal, which we won't mention the name of, you'll see it says good for heart health on it. So, but you can't make those medical claims on anything pretty much but oatmeal. And so oatmeal is a healthy drink, and it's phenomenal tasting. It's amazing. I'm surprised it didn't take off. Some people just really love it, but they need to buy more quantities of it. But I still am selling that. And unless the volume picks up on these, I'm probably going to have to discontinue some of these, but I still have plenty in stock for everybody who wants to try it.
So the greens are made obviously for people that don't include a lot of greens in their diet and fruits and vegetables. You have a way of actually having something in a powdered form to make up the difference. You're not eating on a regular daily basis your vegetables and fruit servings. The oatmeal, how do you pronounce it again? I'm sorry. How do you say the word? Havana?
Avena. Basically, that word, I had a lot of names that I was going to come up with it, but
Avena.
That's how it's spelled, Avena. And basically, that's all that is Spanish for oatmeal. But that's what they call the drink in South America. They call it Avena. And so I decided, until it was kind of an experimental product, until I saw how well it went, I just decided to go very simple. And anybody from maybe even Central America, a little bit Central and South America, would know exactly what I'm talking about. But virtually anybody else in the world has no idea what I'm talking about on that.
So from a health perspective, what is the Avena mainly used for more fiber in your diet? Obviously, now you can say it's good for heart health. But what is the main purpose of that drink, would you say?
Well, oatmeal has different nutrition than the greens. and different nutrition than the red drinks. It's just something else to change your diet around, I guess. Why do we not just eat, lettuce all the time versus having some spinach? It's a mixing up the diet a little bit. That's all. And something interesting tasting that kids will even drink. Kids will even also drink the chocolate. If you don't even have to tell them, mix it with milk and put the green drink in their mix, and children won't even know. They'll just, unless they notice the slight grittiness, they'll just think it's this chocolate milk. Same with the oatmeal drink. That's one that the children even like because it does taste really good. It's also mainly got stevia in it, but I also do put in some organic coconut sugar. So there is sugars in that, but it's about the best kind of natural sugar you could have as far as I'm concerned. But stevia is also in there to help boost that sugar taste a little bit and still bring down the calories a little bit as well as after by using both coconut sugar and stevia.
Very good. Now, I know that being in the health movement, both you and I, and even Alfonso, the question is always going to come through asking, are these certified organic, Adriana, and or gluten-free? Now, your green state on the bottle, I have one here to show everybody. This is the Eating Greens, the Very Berry one. And then I have one here called the chocolate one here. Okay. So these are not, quote, certified organic. You do mention on the back of the bottle, if I could just read that here, that there's no synthetic vitamins, it's not genetically modified, no irradiated ingredients, so on and so forth. So what was your reason of not going certified organic? And are these ingredients that are in here are organic, so it'd be almost the same from your perspective, if you wouldn't mind sharing that?
Yeah, the reason for that, if you look at the label, the ingredient label, all the list of ingredients, you will see certain things that are organic, listed as organic in the ingredients list. I won't be able to show you the label here, but you probably have connections. You'll see that some of them are labeled as organic. However, to get this whole product to be labeled as organic, first of all, everything in the ingredients list would have to be organic. Now, organic ones do cost more money. I think we all know that. And not only that, but even if every single ingredient on this list was organic, I still couldn't label it as organic without having to go through these certification companies that will actually certify the product as organic. And then you have to pay them money, it costs more, and it just starts adding to the price. So what I decided to do is I decided to use as many reasonable things I could find as actually organic and just skip the whole certification process because it just starts raising the price of everything. Same thing with, like for instance, the kosher certification. The product is really has met all the kosher requirements, except the rabbi wasn't standing there to bless the process as it was going in its inspected facility. So again, that would have cost more if I would have had to do that. So I decided to go with just a basic greens without having to spend all that money on all those other corporations, which probably would raise the price. It's already about $40 a bottle. That's a lot of people who aren't into these health products are thinking, $40 a bottle, are you kidding me? Getting right off my website here. The oat beta glucan in the formula was tested for gluten content because I do have oat beta glucan in the product. The result is less than 3 parts per million. In order for something to be called gluten-free, it must be less than 20 parts per million. And there's also nothing else in the formula that might have any gluten issues. So it is safe for gluten. There's a tiny, tiny bit of gluten, but under what it would be required if I were to have it certified gluten-free. It's not certified. It has less than 3 parts per million, which if I did spend the money, yes, it could be certified gluten-free. Now, if you're that sensitive to gluten, then I'm not sure how you're still alive, but because basically there is gluten everywhere. But anything less than 20 parts per million is considered to be gluten-free. Right. So yes, right. I meet the qualifications, but I didn't spend I put their little symbol on your label. And I could have, if I had it certified for these, yes, I could put a gluten symbol on it, gluten-free symbol, and a organic symbol on it if I went through that process.
Right, right. No, and one thing that I'm really impressed with outside the price, I think the price is quite compatible. You actually fill it up to the top, the powder. I have purchased greens where it's like half the container is all the greens and the rest is just air at the top. And I'm spending like 40, 50 bucks for a container this size. So you actually put it to the way top almost, and we get a lot more, I believe, for our butt from that perspective, which is a really nice thing because for my family, I got a family of 7. I'm taking this twice a day right now, and I'm not doing this one. I haven't tried the chocolate one yet. I gotta try the chocolate one, but I like the very berry one. And I'm doing 2 of these scoops that are inside just in plain water. I'll do it in the morning time during my intermittent fasting, like I said. And again, like around like 2, 3 o'clock, I'll take it again. And I mean, I could take this down in less than a month if I could. Now that my children are seeing it and they know that there's chocolate around the corner, then this will not last my family the size that we have a month. So it's nice that you're actually making it well worth the price. And so on our website here and also on Craig's, you can see your website is mainly for information purposes and referencing people where to go to purchase these. And so we have them now on Healing Throughout with the price. You can contact us directly and we will ship to wherever you're at or locally here in North Idaho. You're welcome to, contact me and pick up here locally, which will save you on shipping.
Yes, buy it from Adriana. Don't buy it from me. In fact, on the website, you can't buy it from me on the website. I don't sell it on the website. It's mostly about finding distributors and people who want us to buy it in bulk. That's mainly how I sell it. I don't sell it by the bottle unless I'm in person at a show.
Right. Yeah, Alfonso and I right now are just working together so that we can get this out to the community. And on our website, personally, we don't actually have any PayPal button or any kind of services that you actually can order online through us. You contact me and there's ways we can either send you an invoice or whatnot to be able to purchase these directly from me. So, wow. Well, thank you. This was very exciting. I'm really happy, I have to say, and very, very pleased with how this is tasting. Mixing it with just plain old water. Again, you can contact Craig. You want to give some information about how to contact you, Craig, on your sites for information about off-grid lifestyle, survival, and so forth?
Sure. I just turned on a light to make me maybe look a little better here. You made a mistake in the beginning. The YouTube channel is ForbiddTV. Forbid spelled with 2 D's and no space. So just ForbiddTV, like one word, ForbiddTV with 2 D's. That's the YouTube channel. I do have some about alternative medicine on there. The website, my main website is ForbiddNknowledge.info. That basically shows where I am all the time and some basic information about my TV and radio shows. The website for the greens is edensgreens.com. edensgreens.com. And I guess that's all of them that I need to. I have other websites too. Shows that I'll be in prepper camp in North Carolina coming up here in a couple of weeks, but I'm not sure this video is even going to be up. People will be watching it later. So if they want to see where I'm at, they have to go to ForbiddKnowledge.info. Really ought to try that chocolate. You're going to be really surprised. And then try it with milk one time too. And I think you'll be hooked. Unless you don't like chocolate. I got to try it.
Yeah, my husband's a chocolate fiend. I'm going to have him try it and then I'll try it myself. My children will be like all over this stuff. And that'd be good because we make our green smoothies and we do a lot of juicing, that kind of stuff. It's just nice sometimes just to have an extra added benefit. And this could actually be used too for survival food, I'm assuming, because is there a long shelf life with this, Craig? To be able to have this packing away for a bit?
Yes, basically, it doesn't really have a shelf life, but you really shouldn't store it a long time. But yeah, that's why I put out the one that was labeled like an MRE called Survival Drink, because you could store it away and live off of it. You probably would want to package it in a it's packaged fine the way it is. It's just not an oxygen-free environment. If you want to store it really long term, you might want to package it in Mylar bags, vacuum seal, and that sort of thing. But it really will last basically forever. I wouldn't leave it in an open jar though.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I think the Mylar bag you said, where you can actually suction out the vacuum seal it and then put it somewhere where you can actually have it for some time, and then obviously date it because you want to make sure you're going to be dating it to know exactly when you actually vacuum seal it and such. But wow, very good. Well, thank you. Craig and I have tried like multiple times to make this video happen, and I'm very excited we finally got this thing to roll because I wanted people to see exactly who was the creator, I guess you could say, behind this product, and people really enjoy hearing the story from behind the scenes so that when they do try it, they feel confident in what they're actually purchasing. So Craig, thank you so much. Everybody check out his website. Get online if you're ever in the area where you're located. Please see Craig and all his information he has regarding prepper lifestyle, survival, learning about the different things you can do to take care of yourself from that perspective. And again, I thank you, Craig, for joining me here on a last-minute ditch effort here to get this podcast on and to share with the community about these beautiful greens called Eden Greens. Thank you very, very much, very much. Everybody, thank you. This is Mama Bell, Adriana, signing off here for Shalom Pod. Again, you can visit us at healingthroughout.com, and under the marketplace, we have Eden Greens. Thank you very much, everybody. Have an amazing afternoon. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.